Hey everybody, what's up? What's up? This is the Diva from MaximumRealityRadio.com, and I'm in the building here getting ready to do an interview with the VIP, Audrey Clinton. She wrote a book. She's also the honorable, the fabulous George Clinton's niece. And we're going to talk about her book in a minute as soon as she arrives. My purpose is to find out what her purpose is and her vision and her mission for writing this book. So time will tell. All I ask for you to do is log into the Diva Show every weekend at www.MaximumRealityRadio.com. It starts Fridays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I deliver 58 hours. Yes, I said 58 hours non-stop Diva Mania. And I also have Gospel Sundays on Sunday. So make sure you come and give God all the glory, honor, and praise. Can I get an amen? Hey everybody, this is the Diva from MaximumRealityRadio.com. Diva on the go, Diva on the go, Diva on the go on the Diva Show. And I'm in the building with Audrey Clinton, everybody. She's a book author and she's looking absolutely fabulous. And the name of her book is Life Knows No Bounds. Hi, Andrea. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored. She's a little shy, everybody, but she about to get divatized. We're gonna corrupt her in a good way. She done wrote this book and everything. Now, this just so you know, we have a goal of this interview. I want to know, what is your mission for writing this book? Can you just tell me what is your mission for writing Life Knows No Bounds?
The mission really is just to try to get a lot of the, I guess, the people just to kind of see what's going on in life and, you know, how to deal with it, because we get hit with these issues every day.
Right.
And, you know, you get everybody from bipolar, schizophrenic, depressed, and suicidal, and they just don't know how to deal with the issues.
Absolutely.
So my mission for the book is to, you know, offer a bunch of series and books to show them different, you know, issues going on and how to deal with it.
And it's funny that you would say depression, because I've done topic of the week for depression, and what I've learned that there's a lot of people who are depressed.
Yes.
They walk around and they're smiling and they acting like everything's cool.
Exactly.
But inside they all tore up.
Yes.
So I pray for people like that, you know, because I'm the type of person, if I got a problem, I like to resolve.
I'm gonna tell it.
I don't like things to build up with me. I will zap out on you before I let it build up in me.
I talk your ears off.
Oh, you do? That's what you do?
I talk it out.
You start talking.
Yeah, I don't walk it out. I talk it out. Yeah.
I ain't mad at you, girl. So, all right. So that's your mission. That sounds good. So that's applicable to your book and also to just your message.
Yes.
That's what you want. Now, we want to talk about your purpose for writing the book. What was the purpose of you wanting to write Life Knows No Bounds? We're going to focus on that book. What is your purpose?
Well, Life Knows No Bounds is a series, and I'm going to do 5 books per series.
Wow.
And I'm trying to do at least 13 series. So what the purpose of the book was to address, again, just the life issues that's going on, and to offer an antidote. So that's what that was about, you know, to just, you know, and again, the first book is about people in there, you know, young girls trying to use men for money. Young girls using men for money, and basically just, you know, taking the gold digger thing to a whole nother level.
Right.
And in the course of them doing that, what happens is they just change the game. They change the game in a way that's just not healthy for them, physically, mentally, and otherwise. Okay. And so the goal of the first book was really just to get the young girls to just kind of see, like, what you're doing, you know, it doesn't benefit you. The time and effort you put into, you know, beautifying yourself with the nails and the Fendi and the Gucci or whatever they wear in Louis Vuitton.
Right, can't pay the rent.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
The time you spent doing that, you could have just went and got you a trade or a degree and earned the money right, and it's all yours. Not,
Absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely.
So that's what the purpose of that particular book is.
Wow, that's a big purpose.
Yeah.
With a capital P.
But if we can get some more to read it, then I think, you know, it'll solve some of the issues with these young girls out here.
Well, hopefully, you know, along with the broadcasting of this interview of the Diva Show, I do know a lot of young ladies who are interested. Reading is actually starting to
pick up
on our younger people. Yeah. I've noticed that. And that's a good thing. All right. And what is, if you had to give some advice to someone out there who's just starting out to write a book, what would you give them?
I would probably tell them to go to school, because a lot of people are rolling out of bed and just writing a book, and they're being criticized so horribly. And because I grew up in a family, my grandmother had a PhD in childhood education. So she was teaching me how to write and, you know, telling me to read stories since I was a little girl.
Right.
And so I had that advantage where I was taught where education is important. But I was afraid to go and put a book out without having at least taken some classes in fiction. I can do nonfiction because I worked in the corporate world for a long time. I mean, I helped write, you know, books on, you know, how to put hospital policies together.
Right.
But to actually work on a book of fiction, you have to have that training.
Okay.
And I would tell them, go take some, even if you just do a couple of workshops, not one,
to
not
have
two.
some kind of background.
Yeah, do a couple of workshops, because different teachers will probably come from different aspects, and you'll pick up something from it.
Well, have you ever thought about doing workshops?
I did. I just can't find the time. Because, you know, with the publishing, you know, it's so much behind the publishing itself.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. And I'm actually networking, even trying to get picked up by bigger publishers so I can spend more time writing than I have time for work, you know, for workshops and seminars and that kind of thing.
So where does your visions come from? Just life? Just life?
Well, life, I think life events, yeah, that's why it's called Life Knows No Bounds, because I'm really big on attacking life events. You know, because like I tell people all the time, life isn't out to get you personally. It just doesn't know boundaries.
Right.
It is what it is. It does what it does.
That's
so,
right.
you know, if it's time for someone to go, they're going to go.
Yes.
You know, if you have a problem and there's a price to pay, you know, because this problem is something negative like drugs or alcohol or tobacco, whatever, life is going to do what it's going to do.
That's right.
I mean, granted, it's based on your decision, but some things you can be living right. For example, my second book, A Blessing and a Curse, this woman is a housewife. She's living right. She's doing everything she's supposed to do. She's even adopted some kids. You know, she's overwhelmed with helping people.
That sounds interesting. I want to cut a copy of that.
Yeah, and life still snatches the rug from under her. You know, it's and she has a vision of foresight, so she already has something she's fighting and trying to deal with. And then here comes life again, snatching the rug from under her, and she has to try to figure out how to carry on. Her husband wants to leave her, and you know, all these kind of things. So
drama.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I believe that life, you have choices, and I noticed that was one of the words you phrased a lot in your book. In life, you have the choice to do right,
to do right
or
or
to do what's wrong.
Exactly.
You know, you can't blame anybody else for the choice that you make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And those are for the things that you can control, because again, life is what it is. Like, we live life, but we don't control life. You can be the best person that you can be, and then something can happen.
Absolutely.
You know,
I agree with that.
And just like some people say, why me?
But you got to be able to deal with it. You know, whatever comes into your path, you should be able to deal with it.
Well, basically, truth be told, you can either know how to deal with it or you cannot. Life's still going to do what it's going to do.
That's right.
It's a matter of how strong are you, or do you have the will to want to live and survive and have quality of life, or do you want to fold and give in because you just can't take it? And it's easy for us to say that, you know, when you take things like, I had a friend who lost her mother, and then I think like a week or two later lost some other family members in a fire. Or like we saw on the news the other day, remember? Or Christmas, right before Christmas, somebody lost like 4 people to a fire. You know what I mean? So you have those things, and you say, and you say to the person like, you know, well, how could you, you know, tell them about getting strength or whatever? Sometimes you just can't. And that, again, that's why I wrote the book, because I'm just basically trying to show for survival purposes, do what you would want that relative to do. If it was you that was in the fire, or if it was you that, you know, got hurt, carry on. Find some kind of will to live, because we all have a contribution.
I know that's right. Oh, that was good. See, I told y'all she was going to open up. She started out all shy, looking at the Diva 101 good eye.
You know, it's now like the Flintstones. You just start off when they start off with the pedaling, and once they pick up speed.
I did an interview one time. The lady says, I don't like to talk. I don't like to talk. And I said, yeah, right. And she was one of the longest interviews I've ever done.
Wow, okay.
She just got so long-winded. I'm like, you know, Denise, you really did a long interview. She said, really? And I played it back. She said, yeah, that's me. So she amazed herself. And it was an excellent interview, by the way. That was from Kid Travels. So I hear that you are George Clinton's niece?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I play him all the time on the Diva Show. I'm like, what is it like having an uncle George Clinton. Did you call him Uncle George, Uncle G? What do you
I
call
call him everything from GC to Unc, you know.
He still got it?
The past 20 years has been, I think, Unc.
He come to the birthday parties with his entourage?
He's always all over the place. You can't catch him like that. Like, you catch him and you just, you know, grab him and hold on to him while you got him. Because he's everywhere from, like, over in Europe to Japan.
Is he still performing?
Yeah, he's all over the place. I don't know if you saw Unsung, but he said that's the only way he could make his living. You know, he got this battle going on with the music, you know, companies. Right now he's pressing on Congress to change the law so that artists can have their rights, because the record companies just have too much control. Yeah. And you know, the
laws. That's that Piper thing.
What does he call it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm at a loss for words.
That's all right. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, he's okay though. He's doing really good.
He is good. But I will say this: if you go to www.georgeclinton.com, you can read more about his fight. And if everybody writes into Congress and you know do what they can, I even put in the back of my book where you can get involved and talk to Congress, write to Congress, and just whatever. Because we all know somebody who's going to get into the music business.
That's
and it'll start out with music and it'll end up in some other industry.
Right.
Where we're fighting for our rights.
Okay. So. All right. So go with George.
Yeah. He's making his mark.
Now we're getting ready to. Well, do you have any shout outs of anybody that you want to name? I know somebody that's near and dear to your heart.
Definitely want to shout out my mother, Gwendolyn Hicks, who's always have my back, and she's always supporting and pushing me and promoting me and never letting me fall and riding with the tide. So I definitely want to shout out to her and my kids who have my back when I'm in the writing lab and they don't see me for hours. They don't know if I'm dead or alive.
Is she still alive?
Yeah. So I want to thank them for having my back, and I want to reach out to my manager and my producer, Dee Spencer from D-Works Live. We work together really hard to make it happen.
You need those people.
You have to. Well, I call her and say, "Hey, Dee, if I know her area, she know mine. So we're hooking each other up with, networking and just looking out." So I just want to shout her out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if someone wanted to get in touch with you to order a book, we're going to try to get your blog on our page.
Sure.
Is there a website?
Sure. www.aroundthewaypublishing.com. That's www.aroundtheway.com. Okay. Did I say it right? AroundTheWayPublishing.com.
Okay, well I think they'll get it. That's kind of a lot to spell out. But www.aroundthewaypublishing.com. Okay, well I'll plug that a little separate for you. Well, it was a pleasure being here with you.
You as well.
And I'm so glad that we finally got it together. Because again, we had some cancellations. And the devil is a liar.
That's right.
But we have prevailed once again. The Diva on the Go, Diva on the Go, the Diva on the Go at MaximumRealityRadio.com is the #1 internet radio station, radio show. And did y'all know that I was nominated the DJ of the year?
Oh wow!
Yes, I found out my boss Spirit said they voted. And I was the number one, y'all. Put your finger on number
good.
one. Number one, baby. #1 DJ of the year. So I thank God for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So if you want to just do a final shout out, now's the time.
Well, this is Audrey Clinton.